deserve to be called that name. They're worthy to be called that name. They're worthy champions. So why not? Anything short of victory, I think, would be something that won't, go home well with most of us who are fans of, the beach, Eagles. So I'm sure they themselves know. The coach knows, the players they know, and I'm happy with the fact that it's still the same crop of players. Just a little changes here and there. But yes, these guys are good to go. But the sweeter part of the Copa Lagos is the club challenge, which I'm very excited about. We're saying Mfondo, that's one man I really want to see. I want to see if he can actually score goals on sand like he does, on grass. So he'll be getting it out.
I were able to adapt. I mean, that's what I love to see. If you're so good on normal grass and artificial, and then you come here, they take. I mean, it's slightly different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see all of these top stars how they adapt to because he has his techniques.
Yes, he does.
I mean, what you're going to do on grass, you don't expect to do it.
Definitely.
How you're going to strike the ball, how you're going to move the ball. And it always goes down to the sheer determination of those boys, not necessarily the things we put into it. But looking at our opponents, I mean, how has the game grown in those other places? I know of Senegal. I know of how well improved Senegalese are.
I know of Ghana too. I know how well they've been working on a league for beach soccer there. So I think they've had that in their ranks for a while now. Ivory Coast, of course, there are a lot of beaches there, so you'd expect,
it's easy.
Yes, that they would be playing. I don't know too much about how well they've been able to package a league or try to play.
How well they've been able to recruit the personnel.
Yeah. But definitely they'll give a tough battle any day, anytime. Trust the Ivorians. They're always strong, ready for battle. Ready to play. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all for the Super Saiyan Eagles. I think they can get the goods, in the bag. But what I'm really excited about, apart from our Super Saiyan Eagles, is also, the clubs. Barcelona coming to town. Who knows which? Where is the sand? There is a beach soccer team, but who knows? One or two stars may just be, in their ranks.
I get one or two pictures that will be valuable in years to come.
And of course, stationary stores and Pepsi, football also in the fray. I think it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. And of course, we've been told it's not just only going to be about football. There'll be a lot of side attractions to it. So just keep your fingers crossed. I think it's going to be a lot of exciting action, from Copa Lagos.
Okay, we're going to go on another break. When we return, we'll leave football and talk about other issues in the money spinning world of sports. Once again. Welcome back. Let's leave football, like I said, and go to the courts now and talk basketball on the show tonight. It's all been about the FIBA Champions Cup. Now let's talk about the women. Let's start with the women. It's always good when we start with the women. All right, what you have on the screen, comment on it quickly. Quarterfinal appearance for the women's
African Time Cup. Yeah. Well, those fixtures will be tomorrow. We have the Kenya Ports Authority against the defending champions Inter Club of Angola.
Okay.
We have Club Sportive Police of Tunisia against runners-up of last year, Primeiro Augusto, also of Angola. Then CS Vaccine, the host, will be taking on Dolphins of Lagos. And we have, of course, INSS. That's in French, but in English, it's going to be International Society Security of Congo Democratic against First Bank Basketball Club
of
Nigeria. So the two Nigerian teams have been absolutely
that's what I was going to. The journey so far for the Nigerian teams, I mean, take us back a little. What transpired in the groups? Okay,
First Bank was in Group A, Dolphins in Group B. But of the two sides, I think First Bank Dolphins have been, won on a fairy tale run because they went in their first 3 games unbeaten in that group before they lost their last group game to Inter Club, the defending champions. And of course, Dolphins were runner-up in the league, so you wouldn't have, expected them to do so well. But they've been able to add some good 2 new players to that squad that has really gotten them a lot of good.
And the results are showing.
Yes, and results are showing. Then there's one Senegalese girl into Lumbe who has been very fantastic. She's about 6'8" tall. If you see her height, and she's been actually getting those rebounds. But the most outstanding player for them has actually been Juliet Currency. She has averaged a double-double in the tournament. That is extremely, good. That is, she's scoring points on double digits and rebounding in double digits. And of course, their all-star point guard, Amaka Nwankama, has been fantastic for scoring the balls. For the First Bank perspective, they had not too much of an easy run because they played their first game against Primero Augusto, which they lost. Okay. Then they went on to beat the host team in the second game. I think they really showed a stuff of champions. They're playing the home team in front of their own crowd and able to get the win, especially after they lost their first game. And they did that very well. Courtesy, good game from Sarah Ogoke, who is American-based, but she is totally Nigerian, and Joyce Ekwuremadu, one of our foreign-based players. She also is a Nigerian-American, and she plays for the Harlem Globetrotters, just in case you don't know that. She also played for the First Bank team, and they did, so well. They came second in the group. Both Nigerian teams came second in their various groups to get to this stage.
Okay, what are the projections now?
It's a very tricky one at this point. Because the thing is, from what I can see here, the 2 Nigerian teams, if they progress to the next round, will likely face the 2 Angolan teams.
Wow.
So First Bank will be playing Interclub, which are defending champions, while Dolphins, if they are able to scale through, the host team CX Vaccine, will be playing Primero Augusto. And if you want to look at it on head-to-head, in the competition so far between Nigeria and Angola, it's 2-0, Angola leading. Because both teams are beating the 2 Nigerian teams in the fray, while the 2 Tunisian teams still have also lost to Nigeria. There are also 2 Tunisian teams, the CX Vaccine and Club Police.
On the surface, I don't know if it counts so much. If you look at those teams in the quarterfinals, you get a little scared because you look at some of those teams, they are sports clubs, well run, well organized, everything is smooth. That doesn't guarantee victory, but of course, it tells you what ladies are up against.
Yes, but I'm also glad to tell you, Brian, all the Nigerians listening, that Dolphins Basketball Club of Lagos and First Bank Basketball Club are also very well-run clubs. Okay. I can tell you for a fact that Dolphins have a gym, where they train. They have a swimming pool in the gym. They have also a gym equipment, well-structured, and a basketball court where they can always play. So these girls can easily lock themselves up in that facility and not live there for days, and all they do is play basketball.
Stage fright doesn't come into it.
Well, the stage fright might come into it because they don't play in front of big crowds like this every day in Nigeria. So perhaps that's the difference. But when it comes to the organization and playing games, I think these 2 teams can speak. For example, First Bank, went on a training tour. They went to Akure to train for a while. They've gone out of the country too to train, for a while, playing a couple of friendly matches en route to this tournament. So it shows a club that is well run, and they have experienced coaches in their ranks. Aderemi, big ups to Coach Owolo, as he's fondly called. He's very experienced in the same. He's an assistant coach on the national female team. Okay. So on the continent, he knows his methods, and I think it's one coach you need.
Games will be tomorrow?
Yeah, all the games are going to be tomorrow. Okay. So let's just keep praying, keep supporting.
Hopefully when we come back next week, we'll have something good to talk about.
I need a medal. I don't know who wins it. I just want us to...
Of any shape?
Yes, not of any shape. The gold is always more precious. So I think gold should be better.
All right. Let's talk about the other things happening in Nigeria. I know you're very much interested in the street ball challenge. So when is it going down?
Yeah, it's called the Cage Masters 1. It's going down at Roe Park, Lagos. That's the Mobolaji Johnson Sports Center, or the Lagos State Sports Council, whichever way you know it as. That's where it's going to be going down. And of course, 12 teams are already ready in the fray. The sweet thing about this is that it's for not just for the players, but for the fans. Fans are expected to come out. There will be raffle, draw, there will be, food, there will be